right, I'm going to go over some of the problems on today's warm-up. Feel free to fast forward to the ones you need help on, but I'm just going to go over some of the more difficult ones. Number 1, the fraction busters. Notice we have a 2x, a 6, and an x in the denominator. We need to multiply by a 6x to clear all of those. Okay, so notice when I multiply 6x times this fraction, the x's will cancel, leaving me with a 6. So I'm taking 6 times 2, gives me 12. The 6 cancels in the second one, leaving me with just the x. So I'm going to distribute that x times the x minus 1, which will give me the x squared minus x. And the third one, 2x will cancel into the 6x, leaving me with a 3 to be distributed across x plus 3. So I should have 3x plus 9. Okay. So once you get to this step, notice I have the x squared on the left side of the equation. So I need to move the 3x and the 9 to this side and get all of the terms in order to factor. So I need to subtract 3x from both sides. That will give me the negative 4x. And I need to subtract 9, giving me the plus 3. Okay. And once you have your quadratic, you're good to factor and use the zero product property to get x equals 3 and 1. Okay, let's look at number 2, the cross multiplication proportion. So just remembering when we have the x minus 8 times x plus 3 to correctly multiply that out. So you should get x squared minus 5x minus 24. And multiply the other diagonal, which is just 5x. So when you get to this step here, once again, we need 0 on one side before using the zero product property. So I subtract 5x from both sides, leaving me with negative 10x. And once again, we factor this trinomial. Should factor to be x minus 12, x plus 2. And so your two solutions are x equals 12 and negative 2. All right. The other ones, the zero product property, again, just kind of getting 0 on one side. Notice we have a 2x squared and an x squared. So I want to move these terms to the left to make sure the x squared is positive. It's a little easier that way. So when I subtract x squared, I'm going to get 1x squared here. Minus 6 will give me all three of those terms, the x squared minus x minus 6. Go ahead and factor, and then we get x equals 3 and negative 2. Okay. And the last one, this is the one a lot of students have trouble with. So notice we subtract the 15x here, write it as 3x squared minus 15x. This one is a GCF, and it's always the type of factoring that students forget. You want to take out that greatest common factor of 3x. Okay. So 3x times x minus 5. Now we set each factor equal to 0. So 3x equals 0 and x minus 5 equals 0. We'll give you the two solutions of 0 and 5. Okay, so don't forget about the GCF. It's always the first thing you look for when factoring. All right. I'm not going to go over, 5 and 6. Those are review problems, but look them over if you need help. 7, again, it is a review problem. Just remember that this means to multiply 3 root 5 times itself. So you will get a whole number because the root 5 times the root 5 is root 25, which is 5. So you end up getting 9 times 5, 45. Okay, and then this one's a new one, so I kind of wanted to go over this. Again, when you square something, that means to multiply it by itself. Okay, so 3 plus root 5 times 3 plus root 5, that's a box or a FOIL problem, okay? So 3 times 3 would give you 9. 3 times root 5 is 3 root 5. You get that twice. And then notice the last one, root 5 times root 5 gives you root 25 or 5. Remember, so that radical should disappear there. So notice our like terms are right here. This is 14, right? And this guy should be 6 root 5. Okay, 14 plus 6 root 5. All right, so I hope that was helpful. And again, check all of those solutions if you did not have time to look it over. All right.